Hey, this is your girl Guitar, aka Lefty Strings, and today we are doing a story time on why I chose guitar, and it has to do something with Craigslist, so you definitely want to stay tuned. Zoom in and out. Oh, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Okay, so this story time is why guitar. Why I chose guitar in the first place. It's like a Craigslist story time and all that happened with that. Let me tell you what happened. Okay. So, I wanted to be a part of a band, and I knew that doing so, I found out that it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Like, I just knew that I wanted to do music, and I knew I wanted to be in the front. And honestly, the reason why I was kind of going back from playing the instruments, because I thought like, I don't know why, but I thought like my time was too late for me to learn an instrument or whatever. So I was like, because when someone had previously told me about that before, I was like, nah, that's too much. I just wanted to be in the front. I didn't want to have to start from the beginning and like redo everything. I just wanted to be, like I said, in the foreground. So then what first happened is I was calling around like these studios, and they were telling me, I said like, I write my own music, and I wanted to, what do I have to do? Like, what steps do I have to take? So like if I wanted to start my own band and things like that, and someone said, obviously pick up an instrument and you could start right there, because the type of music that I wanted to play, what I want to play is heavy metal music. So at first I wanted to do like virtual instruments. I was asking them like, is there like a website I can go where I can just get a beat off online and incorporate that into like the music I wanted to play, and it was like it's kind of harder to find like a heavy metal guitar instrument. So I was like, okay, so what do I have to do? So then I started looking up on Craigslist, because I was referred to go on Craigslist. And when I went on Craigslist, I had seen like there was a lot of need for bass players. So I was like, okay, I do see that there's a lot of need for like bass guitars. And I was like, okay, so maybe I should just start from the beginning. I had to change my perspective and my outlook on it. So I was like, okay, let me just start by learning bass. Since there's an opening for bass, let me start by learning bass. And it's kind of crazy, because at first, like I was saying, I did not want to learn an instrument, because I felt like I would never get to where I wanted to be, because like I was saying, I had to start all over. So it was like, oh, why can't everything just work out? Before I even went on Craigslist looking for a band, looking for instruments, I was looking for band members. And it was always like dang, are you like good enough to play with this band? I'm just starting, so I'm not really like, they're looking for like professional and intermediate type of players, and I felt like I wasn't none of those, and I felt like that, to be honest, vocally I wasn't up to par to what they were looking for. So it was kind of like, dang, what can I do? Like, I felt stuck. So then fast forward to me looking online and seeing all these bass players, and start to click on me. Okay, there's an opening, there's availability there's a need that's not being hit. So it's okay, let me just start. Let me learn how to play maybe bass. So then I started acquiring. I started like getting really obsessed with like learning how to play bass, starting to get familiar with who plays bass, like Flea and all the different, all the different bass players, starting to learn like slapping and everything like that, starting to look on YouTube tutorials and finding out like the different, like, first of all, learning the fundamentals of the guitar, because I didn't think about the guitar. So I had to learn like the open strings and the string names itself and everything like that. And then once I started learning, I realized that, going presently now, I realized when I was learning bass, I did start looking up like different bass guitars, like the Corvette, like Ward guitars and things like that, but it never dawned on to me, like, I cannot just go out and purchase a regular bass because I'm left-handed. And that really dawned on me that I'm left-handed until I started realizing, like, later on, hold up, when I was playing this acoustic instrument at this place I used to go to rehearse, it would sound so horrible, and I'm like, what is going on? I know it was out of tune, first of all, but it was really bad, and I couldn't understand why. It never dawned on to me that it was a right-handed instrument and I was playing it wrong. That's why I didn't sound like that, because my sister picked it up and it wasn't as bad as when I picked it up. So that's when I finally figured out that we all can't play the same instrument, because right-handed has like they're right-handed models. Left-handed, you know, people like Jimi Hendrix usually have to restring and do all that, to turn it upside down. I didn't realize that I could not play the same instrument as they play because I was playing left-handed on a right-handed guitar. So then that was a whole different scenario. And then that's another thing. At first, I was feeling like I can't learn guitar because I'm left-handed. It felt like I had to do so much. It's always something when you're trying to learn or do something. It's always something in a way. I'm left-handed. I'm this and that, girl, that. So I was like, okay. Now I was like, okay, so it's going to be even harder to play because I'm left-handed, and to restring it, I read online, like some forums was saying, if you want to restring it, it's going to be a lot more than just restringing it, because you have to change, I guess, like the nuts, like the whole system has to be rearranged. You can't just restring it, like those strings are placed, I think, like the bolts and nuts, you have to redo all that, and the bridge of it, you would have to change out all of that. So okay, there's another obstacle in the way. So what can I do to get to where I need to be? So then I found this like crazy amazing site, and it's geared towards left-handed to play like everybody else, which I wasn't going to do anyway. But you know, there's other ways around it, and there's only few left-handed people. I think we are individually special. So his site is Lefty Frets. I'm going to put that on the bottom, and his site is geared toward the left-handed guitar because, like I was saying, it's so rare. His method of what he had put on his website is like life-changing. It's basically how I'm learning how to play myself self-taught. But I don't even have a guitar yet, but I'm learning like the different chord shapes is all in my head. Like I know, like I'm doing like basic chords. So for instance, like I know A for left-handed guitar because I read it backwards. So the A chord would start on the 2nd fret, D, G, E, and let's say like let's do like a D chord. That would D major. These are major chords, of course, because regular D chord is a major chord. B major chord would be G, E, B. And on right-handed, I don't even try to figure out what theirs are. That is because I'm so concentrated on left-handed guitar. So what he had taught me was, when you're doing guitar, you can learn from a right-handed person. So when I eventually start taking my lessons, I can learn from a right-handed person, because not only I'm going to show you guys in a later video, I'll learn like the entire fretboard with the system that I created to help my memory. So of course I read from a different way. You guys read from this way, E, A, D, G, B, E. I read from like the other way, E, A, D, G, B, E. So when I see it, it's a different way. It's like coming E, A, D, G, B, E, as opposed to this way. So basically a mirror effect. Like the chords that the right-handed player would play, we would mirror that, but it would just be like, it would seem upside down, but you just mirror it. It's actually easier to learn from a right-handed person than probably a left-handed person, because we're just mirroring. So let me repeat that. So if they were sitting across from me, I can see them and learn from them better than opposed to a left-handed person. They would have to sit right next to me, so I would have to do like this, like that, as opposed to a right-handed person that would sit this way because their neck would go this way and mine would go this way. So this way. So I would learn, like they say E, D, A, G, B, they say put your hand. And also I would learn from hearing too, because I memorized the strings, which was, I think, is really important to memorize the fretbook, because that's what helped me. And they call out a chord or whatever, I know where to put my hand just because I memorized it, but I can also see them because their neck is this way, mine is this way, so it's not really getting in my way. So suppose it's my guitar, I would play like this. My neck would be this way, and theirs would be this way, so it would be easier to learn. So I kind of learned basically by the mirroring effect, and also I'm doing a lot of different things that helps me to memorize like the guitar basics and things like that. I'm already, and also this turned into like a story time / just what am I doing now and how am I like moving forward, and also to track my progress as a beginner, which you guys will all see in a later video. I write down everything that I'm doing because I don't have my guitar, so it doesn't make sense, I guess, to really I will be videography in my progress, but right now I just write down every single thing that I'm doing, like everything. If I'm learning a G chord, B chord, A suspended 2, I'm learning that, D minor chord, or also D7, things like that, I'm learning all of those. I just write it down and just I don't know, it just helps me to see, it just helps me to track my progress as of right now, because I don't even have a guitar yet, but this is like, I'm learning like the fundamentals as well. So with fundamentals, so that's why I'm writing it down. And also the music theory I'm going to tell you guys about is the way that I learned, a thing that I came up with to help me to memorize the fretboard. But it's just more of learning progress. But yeah, it all started from this guy kind of like style I wanted to go with. It's not going to be easy to find instrumentals and things like that. So he was like, it's best to pick up an instrument and learn from there. Or he said pick up an instrument and learn from there, or find someone who can play it for you, like some session musicians, or like find people online. On Craigslist, there's a whole lot of people looking to start a band or looking to play for someone like that. So I can be like ready, because I don't feel like I'm ready like enough. So it's basically starting from ground zero. And like I was saying in my last episode, music is not a rush. You just have to make sure you cover all grounds and make sure you're taking the proper steps to make sure that you do it right, because you don't want to be like halfway done or rushed, because then you start getting the music that's played today. So I just take my time with it, start learning gradually, using like the 9-to-5 paycheck to pay for what I really want to do, so I can get out of that. But yeah, that's my story time. And if you guys would please subscribe down below and tell me what are some of your obstacles that you've overcome in the beginning, in your humble beginnings as a beginner guitarist. Let me know in the comment section down below, and see you next time.